Welcome in to the Ville, yes, Springville High School for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. As we've got the defending 5A state champion Springville Red Devils preparing to take on the defending 6A state champion, the Lone Peak Knights. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. We should have a fantastic ball game for you tonight on KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network. We'll start with the visiting Lone Peak Knights, coming in at 8-3 on the season. It is a team that has not lost in state this year. There are 3 losses, all coming out of state. And look, they've been fantastic. The defending 6A state champs have been led by the senior, Kaylee Woolston, 19 points a game, 9 rebounds a game for Kaylee this season. And then Shawnee Nordstrom, what a year for the junior. She's scoring 12 points per game. She has been fantastic. Her second year as a major contributor for the Knights. A lot of players around them, averaging 7-8 a game. We'll get into that as the game goes on. Meanwhile, for Springville, this is a group. Coach Holly Averett, what a job she continues to do here at Springville High School. 9-1 for the Red Devils to start the season, led by Brooke Pennington. 12 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, 4 assists per game. Ellie Espin, the leading scorer at 15 per game. A dynamic backcourt wearing 1 and 2. And Lone Peak, they will have their hands full with the guard line as the Knights start with the basketball. And it is Sarah Bartholomew getting the first points of the game for the Knights. The 6-foot junior post, averaging 8 and 5 for Lone Peak. She's been really strong this year as a junior. She's got one more year as she's having to defend Perret here. Kayla Perret, one of the fantastic players as well. We talk about the guard line for Springville, but Perret, a forward, 14 points per game. She is extremely talented as well. As Lone Peak on the other end, McKaylee Ika with the 3, and it's a 5-point start, 5-0 lead for the Knights. Second offensive possession here for the Red Devils. That entry pass off the mark. They were trying to get one over the top to Esplin. Lone Peak there. Here's Kaylee on the other end. Tough lay-in won't go. Tanavasa, the offensive board, looking for the putback. Tough shot, well contested. And Springville coming away with it. This is Brooke Pennington. Number 2 has that knocked away. It'll stay here. As Springville will have it baseline. This is Pennington to throw in. Looking in for Galbraith. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. At times you'll see us start it early, stop it late, that sort of a thing. We'll try to keep it trued up with the game clock here in the building. This is Perret. Long 3 straight away for Kayla, rattled out. And the loose ball gathered by Ika. Here comes the Knights. Tanavasa handing off here with Nordstrom. Oh, nice bucket. Woolston, her first points tonight for Kaylee. 7-0 the start here for the Knights. Talk about 2 teams that are favorites in their respective classifications. Tough shot for Perret. Offensive board there gathered by Durfee for Springville. And then the second opportunity for Esplin wouldn't go as Ika pushing it up the floor here with Lone Peak. These 2 teams played last year. Was a 10-point contest, 55-45. They have some comparable games. We'll get into that as the game goes on. As a board there gathered by Durfee to get the clear for Springville. Up the floor. And Tanavasa able to run it. Made the tough shot for Esplin. As Lone Peak with the quick clear. Here's Nordstrom. She got a little bit of space. Shawnee dials in the 3. And a timeout taken by Springville as it is all Lone Peak. 10-0. 4 different scores for the Knights. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, only on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back. Boy, what a start for Lone Peak. 10-0. A couple of made threes for the Knights. And Springville, boy, every look has been contested. Every possession been well defended by this Lone Peak defense. Is that 3 off the mark? Offensive board gathered there by Galbraith and fouled here inside. As the first foul of the contest called here on Lone Peak. It is Ika picking up her first. And the Red Devils here will throw in baseline. And a quick whistle there. And if this is going to be on Ika, this is going to be a quick 2. And indeed, that's the case. McKaylee picking up back-to-back fouls as Katie Lawrence, the senior, will come on the floor here. Ika coming off, and she kind of gave a nod like, yeah, that's on me. 2 quick ones there will bring Ika off the floor for the Knights. Pennington works back to Perret. Perret on the drive. A little bit of contact there, and Kayla able to score it. First field goal of the game for Springville, as at 10-2. Here's Tanavasa handing it off to Nordstrom. Shawnee driving, saw that lane open up. And Shawnee Nordstrom with the drive inside. Coach Averett was there quickly with the officials to try to identify. She thought may have been a call as that shot from Perret is short. Nordstrom, a long 3. Shawnee Nordstrom again. Second made 3 for Shawnee. 8 points for Nordstrom here just in the first 4 minutes of play. Got to get it across the timeline here, just does. Brooke was all over that. She knew what she was doing. Experienced player here for the Red Devils. What a run of Springville basketball. That one deflected by Naya Tanavasa up the floor. And another timeout taken by Springville as Lone Peak 17-2. Feeling comfortable here on the road. Welcome back. Boy, not the start that the home fans wanted nor expected tonight. 17-2 burst for Lone Peak out of the gate. We talked about the Knights. They are 8-3, 3 losses out of state. They're 3-3 against out-of-state teams, 5-0 against in-state. And boy, they're looking happy to be playing back in-state. What a burst here to start as that shot long 2 there from Pennington is short. And Lone Peak with the clear. Here's Lawrence. Katie drive and tries to split the double team. Would it go? And Springville here on the run. Pennington. Oh, nice recognition there by Brooke. And Brooke in the scoring column, her first field goal of the night. Here's Shawnee. A first quarter to remember. That was just strong for Nordstrom. But the ball is kept here as it bounced out to Kaylee Woolston. And even with a defender in her face, Kaylee able to knock it down. 5 different Knights have scored. As a foul called here. As you see the drive there. Picking up the call was Kaylee Rich, her first, 3rd team foul, and Pennington going to head back to the line. We talked about Brooke Pennington. Her contributions as a multi-year starter here for Coach Averett. You love the hustle that she brings, really both ends of the floor, offensively, defensively, and boy, just what has been a tough night shooting. As substitutions here for each side. As Kennedy Woolston coming on here for Lone Peak, the freshman. And Pennington splits the trip. Nordstrom over to Kaylee. Now Kennedy. Boy, hard screen, and Galbraith still down, trying to get up, and boy, she cannot. The ball kept here with the Knights. Woolston, that 3, good. And now we're going to get a whistle here. as they will make the substitution. Galbraith having to go off, and she's going to go right to the locker room as Katie Durfee will come on the floor here. Boy, there was a hard screen near side that sent Galbraith to the floor, and Coach Averett was petitioning. So I got to play her down. And officials stopping it there after the made bucket for the substitution as Pennington here, little baseline J. Brooks starting to find her rhythm tonight. And a foul here, a blocking call. Going to be given here to Durfee, the first on Katie, the first team foul for Springville. We'll send Tanavasa here to the line to shoot 2. Maya's first free throw. In, one more here. And 2 for 2. Pennington handing off here with Step Sammy. Works over with Ellie. Esplin here has Woolston defending her. Ellie trying to create that driving lane. Tough reverse, wouldn't go. Kicked out. Here's a 3 from the freshman off the back of the rim. Rebounded there by Esplin. Ellie coming up the floor. Esplin trying to set up that drive. Yes, nice take there by Ellie. Her first field goal tonight. You see, again, trying to get a little bit of pressure here, but Lone Peak able to counter. Tanavasa just coming off the front of the rim, and now it's the Red Devils on the run. Perret trying to attack. Kayla, boy, tough jumper there as Tanavasa had pretty good position defensively. And Lone Peak will have the opportunity here for the final shot. No shot clock. And Coach Warner trying to say, no. We want to wait here a bit. Final 15 seconds of the quarter. We've got a whistle and an offensive foul here. Going to turn it over as that was called on Rich. Second personal on Kaylee. Springville basketball here. 15 seconds to go. Here's Perret. Oh, Perret, how about the little juke? Able to open up the lane. Kayla Perret with a late field goal, and that will do it for the first quarter. But a blazing start for Lone Peak has the Knights leading 24-11 on the road. You're watching Lone Peak basketball on KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back. 24-11 Lone Peak. It was a 17-2 start for the Knights. Springville able to get a couple buckets late to help close that back. But really, Lone Peak's been dominative on the glass here in this first quarter, and that's going to be the one area, you know, we sing the praises of Brooke Pennington. She's got it right now. She passes with Perret. Pennington's the top rebounder for Springville. And look, that speaks a lot about her hustle, her desire, the way she plays. But when you've got 6 feet at multiple positions in the post, it's going to be hard to get that consistently, as she has no problem shooting the 3 there over Bartholomew. And Springville has this down to a 10-point difference. Long 3, Nordstrom trying to answer it. Strong. Offensive board. And Bartholomew called here with the charge. Boy, that's one where I didn't see it. I was busy having to manage other things. I know Sarah kind of had a chuckle like she thought she didn't quite agree with that call. But good defense there by Springville, able to get that basketball back, and they can cut this to single digits. They get the switch. Bartholomew defending Pennington. Pennington trying to free up that drive. Little step back from 17. Brooke Pennington is up to 10 points. And we've got whistles here. Had an item on the floor. Woolston here will inbound for the Knights. Tanavasa, Naya. Oh, miscommunication and out of play, turned over. I'll tell you this, we've seen multiple years of the Red Devils. I had this conversation with people here in the building tonight. There's not a group that plays harder than Coach Averett's Lady Springville Red Devils. Lady Red Devils, Springville. They play tenacious as going back and forth, and then it is going to stay with Springville as Woolston couldn't keep it there. And look, you go down 17-2 to the top-ranked team in the state, it'd be easy to kind of, all right, we're done. That's just not what is in the DNA of Springville. As again, it's an 8-point difference here and a chance to get to 2 possessions. Here's Pennington. Double teamed up on Brooke. Extra pass, they set up the 3. Sammy Steep with the made triple and a timeout, Lone Peak, because the Red Devils have made the charge. It's a 5-point game, thanks to the long ball here at Springville. Welcome back. How about an 8-0 run for Springville to start this second quarter? Has it back to a 5-point contest, and Coach Nancy Warner, we've seen a couple turnovers, but really it's been Springville being able to kind of change the defensive matchups that their top players are going against, uses of screens and whatnot, to get better looks, has helped them creep back in this game. Defensively, we'll see if they can continue to force turnovers here. Nordstrom trying to deal with that pressure of Esplin. Plays with Ika, back on the floor here, playing with 2. Bartholomew trying to post up. Woolston trying to attack through the lane. Kaylee, yes. When you need a bucket, you just go to Kaylee Woolston. She's got 6. BYU commit. Here's Perret. Kayla looking to drive on Tanavasa. High off the window. Kayla with the answer. Nordstrom having to deal with Esplin. Springville, years, that defensive intensity, pressure, like to pressure the floor. Bartholomew here will give back to Kaylee. Step back 3 from Woolston. Strong, that ball a little loose. Perret able to come underneath and gather. And the Red Devils have numbers here. Kayla. And the foul called here. Boy, fortunate there is kind of the late recovery by Lone Peak defensively, nearly able to generate the turnover. But instead, it's a foul on Ika, and that's going to be number 3 for McKaylee. I have to wonder if she's going to be done for the rest of the half here. Over 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Pennington inbounded to Esplin. They try to give it back, but Springville turns it over. Here comes Kaylee. Perret defending her. Will hand off with Nordstrom. Switch for the Red Devils. Shawnee trying to drive. Boy, you see that quick burst. Shawnee displaying her speed on the drive. Other end wouldn't go for Esplin. And now Lone Peak on the run. Inside, Bartholomew kicks out. Tanavasa for 3. The Lone Peak run pushes it back to double figures. Ooh, Tanavasa, good denial, but Perret able to keep it. She'll launch the 3. That was strong. Rebounded by Kennedy Woolston. Kaylee handing off. Naya gives it to Kennedy. This is from the free throw line. Strong as Perret has the rebound. Esplin Looking to attack Woolston here. Lone Peak able to get back defensively. They left steep. Sammy able to hit her second three of the quarter. Big made bucket there for the Red Devils. Nordstrom. Like a knife through warm butter, just cutting through the lane and finds herself at the rim for the finish. 12 already for Shawnee. That's her average coming into tonight. Esplin terminates at the junction, finding Sammy. Steep again. And now Kennedy on the run out for Lone Peak. Boy, I thought maybe drug that foot, but nope. Able to finish it. And it's 11. First field goal tonight for Kennedy. Boy, look at how aggressive Lone Peak is with some of these passes. Perret finding a little bit of space. Oh, what a go. Pennington got the offensive board, hits the floor. The fans wanted to call. None coming. Lone Peak on the run. Here comes Kennedy. Kick to Kaylee. Back out. Kennedy here. Nordstrom extended. Shawnee Nordstrom having herself a night. And then, nearly took it away, but instead called for the foul. It'll be the first on Shawnee. And boy, that's going to be the 7th team foul already. So Pennington to the line here. 1-and-1 free throws for Brooke, with 1 of 2 there earlier tonight. Front end of the 1-and-1. No. Here's Shawnee. Esplin defending Nordstrom. Lawrence, shot clock, lots of time, 12 left on it. Able to get this with Pope. Samantha looking for help. Shot clock down to 5. And Nordstrom shot, no. The way she shot the ball tonight, that's one that you probably figured would go in. Not that she's taking bad shots, but just it feels like every shot tonight has gone in for Shawnee, and that's one where you know that shot clock's going down. Got to just get it away. The Springville defense does what it needs to. That 3 wide, but an offensive board that wouldn't go on the second look for Esplin. In the corner, Kennedy off the Nordstrom screen, finding space. The freshman with a triple and a timeout taken by Coach Nancy Warner and the Knights. 1 minute to go, 41-24, Lone Peak.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
They said I have to take tests when they tell me to.
They said my degree would cost a fortune.
But I didn't have to listen to them.
Because I have a university that listens to me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the University of You.
We talk about this matchup, defending state champions in their respective classifications. But look, this is about this year's matchup. You look at Springville, we talk about 9-1. How about wins over PG, Mountain Ridge, Westlake, Fremont, and Skyridge, who is the preseason number 2 team in 6A. I think these are the two best teams in the state going head-to-head tonight. And, look, Lone Peak has had double-digit leads for a significant portion of this first half. We've seen Springville get to within 5. They've certainly shown they can compete with this Lone Peak squad. There's a lot of time left here, still 17 minutes. A lot of ball game in front of us, but it's what is so intriguing about this matchup and why we're so grateful to be here. I want to thank the entire administration here at Springville High School allowing us to come. Mark Binks and company. As inside, they look for Esplin. She hits the floor, able to get there, being in the right spot at the right time. Is Springville able to get the basketball back? And Esplin with her second field goal of the game. Final 35 seconds here of the first half. Tanavasa giving that with Lawrence. Katie near side, work to the corner with Pope. Samantha terminated, trying to hand off, gathered by Tanavasa. 15 on the shot clock. Naya looking for an outlet, finds Kaylee. Perret defending Woolston. Kaylee, the drive, fouled. This will be just the second team foul on Springville. We talk about that defense. Suffocation without fouling. It's so impressive, not just tonight. That's a theme here for Coach Averett's group. But it is a foul here on the shot. So 2 free throws for Kaylee Woolston. As the first one good. Nordstrom back on for these final 14 seconds of regulation. Second free throw for Woolston. And one of the top free throw shooters in the country, making them both. Pennington, final 5 seconds. Pennington, the drive, rejected by Tanavasa, but kept here. The little turnaround just off the mark on the attempt there by Jeffs. And with that, the first half comes to a close. Spurs by both teams. Lone Peak, the latest. They have a 43-26 advantage as we head to the locker room. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, only on the Rewind Sports Network. Welcome back here to Springville High School. Start of the second half. Dane Stewart with you. Lone Peak leading Springville 43-26. Was a 17-2 start for the Knights. Springville got it to within 5, but Lone Peak able to close out that first half and push it back to double digits. And we'll see what we have for the second half. Shawnee Nordstrom, she has been, pretty good, leading all scorers. I've got her at 15, but I'm missing a few Lone Peak buckets. As Pennington quickly up the floor here, that was just strong. And cleared immediately there by Lone Peak as Tanavasa coming up the floor. 6 different scorers for the Knights in the first half. Only 4 for Springville as Bartholomew here recognizes she was left alone, strong on the J. And Durfee there able to gather it for Springville. Esplin started to find her rhythm a little bit. Pennington has been the best scorer. Sammy Stevens hit a couple nice threes as Esplin here. That J off the window. Good for Springville. And it's a 15-point contest. 6 now for Ellie. Drive wouldn't go. Woolston, the rebound, fouled. And Kaylee will head back to the line. This foul will be called on, was that Perret? Yes, her second. As Kaylee here with 2 free throws. She just 90% this season. I'll tell you, she's got to worry about Shawnee Nordstrom. Shawnee's at 93% from the line this year. Kaylee has a lot more attempts, but she makes them both there. See that switch? Pennington, defended by Bartholomew, trying to set up a lane, help coming over, and Bartholomew got the better end of it. Able to keep it, and now Lone Peak on the run. Tanavasa has it taken away from behind. Good hands there by Durfee. Lone Peak able to get it back. Here's Ika playing with her 3 personal fouls. Coming near side with Nordstrom. Bartholomew, boy, had that just slide right through the fingertips there, and Springville coming up. Perret on the drive. Kayla wouldn't go. Pennington kicks to Esplin for three. Strong into the corner, out of play. Lone Peak basketball. Substitution. Kennedy Woolston coming on the floor here.
Woolston checks in.
Bartholomew coming off the floor here for Lone Peak. Ika setting up the drive and the finish for McKaylee. Perret, a little bit of space. That three, long on the floor, and it will go to Lone Peak. See the nearest Red Devil, the last to touch it. And a foul here, offensive foul here. Going to be called on Nordstrom. Second personal on Shawnee.
That's her second. Springville ball out of bounds.
Coach Warner a little perplexed. (47-28). Perret had that one slide through. Pennington there to keep it. Brooke, another three for Pennington. This one off the window. And Pennington up to 13. Here's Kaylee. Kaylee, little hanger, able to get it back. Second attempt wouldn't go. Pennington. Back and forth, gives to Sammy. That three was short. Kept here by Durfee. Here's Perret. Kayla looking for an outlet. We'll give it back up with Steep. Esplin, the three. And a timeout taken. Back-to-back threes for Springville. And a 30-second timeout taken here by the Red Devils. We'll be back after this.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to the Rewind Sports Network. For those of you who watch us frequently, you know Dusty and I, we love fun facts. Well, let's give you a couple fun facts about this one, shall we? How about Lone Peak? The most points they've given up to an in-state opponent, 40. Springville's at 34 with 4.5 to go. I know that that's not a lot of moral victories, not popular. I get it. But it does speak to the quality of team in Springville with the success that they've been able to have. Is a kick out here. Extra pass to Kennedy. Kennedy hitting the three. Good response there for Coach Nancy Warner. Of course, 40 points. Brighton scored that against them. Brighton also played Springville. That was a 65-48 game for the Red Devils, and the victory is this one turned over by Springville. 4 to go here in the third. Lone Peak is led for the entire match. Kennedy trying to attack, outlets it. Shawnee. Oh, the hands there of Esplin nearly had the steal. Ika got around Pennington. Boy, the driving ability of Lone Peak tonight has been really strong. Be that Nordstrom, Ika, Woolston. And now a foul here called on Lone Peak. We're going to go against Nordstrom. That'll be the third on Shawnee. 3 on McKaylee, 3 on Shawnee. Nordstrom going to come off the floor here as Katie Lawrence will check in for the Knights. Here's Pennington up with Poirier. Kayla trying to split the triple team there and lost it. Went out off her foot. Lone Peak basketball. Here's Lawrence. Kaylee. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy skips over. Kaylee looking to drive. Sees that paint wide open. The ball movement. Bring everyone outside, and D1 player there able to recognize the opportunity to attack and score it. Esplin, other end, just off the front of the rim, and Kennedy with the rebound. Here's Kaylee. Kennedy left alone. Boy, the freshman, her minutes have been increasing as the season's gone on. Ika with the steal, denied. Oh, and a dual possession there, the call, wow. The arrow will give it to Springville, but a timeout here first. Timeout, Red Devils. They'll have it when we come back. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. Springville basketball, 57-34, Lone Peak. Esplin trying to work away from the screen, and Woolston coming up with it. Kennedy running the floor, but tipped away. Head on a swivel there for Katie Durfee. Able to knock it out as Nordstrom back on the floor here for Kaylee. Rejected. Boy, a couple nice plays there for Katie Durfee and the Red Devils. One deflection, one block. Here's Esplin. Inside of 2 to go here in our third quarter. Poirier with Pennington. Pennington 13 tonight, leading the Red Devils. Oh, Tanavasa able to close it down on the run again. Naya. End to end, not the first time we've seen her do that tonight. 9 for Tanavasa. Oh, how about that step back from Ellie? Boy, and Lawrence looked like she might have had a teammate kind of fall into her, and looks like she's okay. Katie was a little gimpy there, but she looks to be okay. Was checked on at the bench, and she said she's good. Timeout. Welcome back, Lone Peak. Next up, they start region play a week from tonight. They'll take on the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Again, we'll have that game for you in every Lone Peak game right here on the Rewind Sports Network. Springville, boy, they got a good one next week, too. They'll take on 10th View before starting Region 9. As Kaylee, once again, able to drive the little fake there, opening up the shot. and pushes this to the largest lead of the contest at 25. 17 now for Kaylee, as she has taken over top scorer tonight for the Knights. That last touched by Kennedy will keep it here with the Red Devils. 24 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. Inbounded, Esplin got caught underneath, but the foul here will send Esplin to the line, as Woolston called for her first. As Ellie with 11. She's had a nice game tonight. Again, leading scorer, averages 15 per. She's got a chance to get near that, and she goes 2 for 2. Shot clock turned off here for the final 30 seconds. Here's Tanavasa. Back with Ika. .12 seconds left here in the third. Boy, Esplin right with Nordstrom. The drive, kick, Kennedy. Oh, the three wouldn't go. Rebounded by Pennington. She'll get a chance, hangs, and just off the mark. A strong third quarter pushes Lone Peak ahead, 61-38. They lead Springville as we head to the fourth quarter on KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. Start of the fourth quarter, 61-38. We talked about fun facts. Springville with a chance to score the most points against Lone Peak for in-state teams. They also have played this game pretty Our apologies there. A little technical difficulty. Pushed the wrong button. As the closest margin of victory for Lone Peak this year has been 32, and an offensive foul here called. The closest margin of victory, 32 for Lone Peak. That was a win over Tipview. And this right here has been closer than that all night. And Springville has that opportunity to mark that as well. The foul there called on Bartholomew, her second, as Sarah gets the block on this end to help make up for it. Lone Peak on the run. Ika open for three. Off the back of the rim, rebounded there by Pennington. Esplin able to keep it there. Nordstrom was looking for the steal. Here's Sammy, had a couple threes in that second quarter. Paray, no. Paray just 6 points tonight. As the drive there by Tanavasa was strong. And Springville able to get the clear. Here's Ika. And Bartholomew fouled. We'll head to the line here. That's the other thing about this Lone Peak group. They are not afraid to run the floor, and everyone will do it. As Parade picking up number 3. And Sarah Bartholomew here to the line. 2 free throws for Sarah tonight. Started with the first points of the ball game, but still with just the 2. It's an offense that uses its guard line heavily. But Sarah's had a couple of uncustomary misses. And there's an example, 0 for 2 on the trip for Sarah Bartholomew. 75% from the line. It's just been a tough night for Sarah tonight. She's looked to make an impact defensively, a couple blocks. You see her come up, and she's been asked to do this a lot. Come on the switch and defend Pennington. Pennington, Sarah stayed right with her, but called for the foul. as Pennington went to the floor. That'll be number 3 on Bartholomew, and 2 free throws here for Brooke. We talk about 13 for Esplin, 13 for Brooke. Pennington here with 2 free throws, as she does every night. Boy, she leaves it all on the floor. Makes the first, has 1 more. I was talking with someone before the game, and the name will be protected, though I'm sure they wouldn't have a problem if I shared it. They said this is their favorite player they've seen come through this program is Brooke Pennington. Here's Ika, worked up with Bartholomew. Boy, you see Perret trying to pressure Kaylee even beyond the 3-point line. There's Tanavasa working back. Naya trying to work here, kept that pivot. Kaylee, 5 on the shot clock to Tanavasa. That was strong, rebounded by Esplin. Ellie handing off. Pennington over with Steep, Sammy. Boy, had maybe just a small window there, as a foul going to be called here on Nordstrom. And this is going to be number 4 on Shawnee, and that one is 17 feet away from the rim. A little body contact. Shawnee, I think, was a little dismayed, as Wilson coming on the floor and Lawrence coming on the floor for Lone Peak. And Tanavasa there. A quick whistle will send Springville. Oh, excuse me, that was 7. So it will be 1-1. So free throws the rest of the way for the Red Devils. As we're talking about a game that's had a lot of scoring, double-digit scoring for both teams in every quarter. But in the first almost 3 minutes, it's just been 2 points for Springville. Lone Peak has not scored in this fourth. See if they can change that here as we approach 5 minutes to go in regulation. Tanavasa back with Kaylee. And Kaylee here looking to drive, little spin move. There you go. Esplin able to square up from 15. Nice jumper there for Ellie. Oh, Kaylee maybe caught by surprise. How about Lawrence able to keep that ball in? Perret able to take it away. Active hands there by Kayla. On a little bit of handles for Perret. Esplin the 3. All rattled out. Steep on the keep. Boy, they just missed Esplin as Wilson was able to get back in defensive positioning. Perret here. Not tapped out. Will stay here. Lobbed for Esplin. Yes, Ellie. $17 for Esplin, 15 for Pennington. 32 of the 44 coming from that backcourt. We highlighted them in the open. It's a special duo. And, you know, normally Perret, again, she's in that 14-15 range. Tonight has been a tough night for her. But you see why this Springville team's such a tough matchup. Again, have defeated some of the best teams in 6A. Straight away, Woolston, that 3 short. Kaylee tries to keep it. But foot was on the end line there. They'll turn it over. Nordstrom going to come back on the floor here for Lawrence. Good minutes tonight for Katie. Oh, Tanavasa once again. The steal and the end-to-end finish for Naya. I can think of 3 times where she's done that tonight. 11 for Tanavasa. How about of the 5 players on the floor? 4 of them in double figures for the Knights. Esplin, another step back. And the timeout taken by Springville as the Red Devils, we mentioned it, no give up in this group. And they indeed have not given up. Timeout, Springville. We'll be back with the final 2:49 after this. Welcome back. It's my first time in the Springville Gymnasium. It's a fun setting. I mean, this place would get loud and intense. And, of course, reaching right around the corner for both these two teams. Come on out. Check out the Red Devils. It's a fun group and one with a lot of experience that's going to be graduating, moving on. That 3 from Woolston won't go. Big sis there. Kaylee gets a second opportunity and scores it. And, of course, Lone Peak. Look, this is a team that was nationally ranked at times this season. What a year for Lone Peak. They've gone on the road. They've really challenged themselves with the schedule as Perret here fouled underneath. Will head to the line. But in-state the rest of the way for Lone Peak. And flexing their muscle tonight. Again, I think the team that, I consider the second best team in the state. And it's been in this 20 neighborhood for the entire second half. Started 17-2, and Lone Peak had little moments where they gave up spurts, but really after that, they have just taken care of business. Substitutions, Rich and Bartholomew back on the floor. Kaylee and I coming off, and McKaylee coming off. 21 for Nordstrom tonight. She's led the way for all teams. And boy, Kennedy, you can see her trying to not impede the lane there. That's one where if you're Perret, just hold it. Right? Just hold on to that shot. Just gravity, man. It works wonders. A lane violation. We'll give another one here to Kayla. 0 for 2, and Bartholomew with the clear. Nordstrom, uncharacteristically short tonight. And that one off the front of the rim. Esplin running the floor. Perret trying to work around. Bartholomew with the rejection. Nay, says Sarah. Inside of 2 to go. Esplin got to get it, that was Pennington on the inbound. Gets it to Esplin. Here's Ellie. Ellie just looking for a lane, and boy, her offense in this second half, she's been the go-to. As she now has 21. Nordstrom, 90 seconds remaining, driving. As that shot comes off the rim, free throws here for Shawnee. Again, unofficially for Shawnee, had 15 in the first half. Have a feel that she might get a highlight video when this one's done. She makes her first free throw there, 22. One for 2. Here's Esplin. Nelly just left it. And we've got the dual possession here as you see Durfee able to tie it up. The arrow will keep it with the Red Devils. Nordstrom will come off the floor, 21 tonight. No, 22 tonight. You know what? I missed it. Darn it. Hate it when that happens. It's a good night for Shawnee. Oh, my bad. I looked at the wrong line. 16 for Shawnee. I said 22. Wrong line. Here's Perret. Esplin, step back three again. That one won't go. Kept by Pennington. Running the floor for Bartholomew. A double team. Sarah will pass this out. Final minute of play here. Miscommunication. Lone Peak turning it over here late. Need to clarify, Kaylee is on the board with 21 on the scoreboard here, and that's on me. I got the numbers mixed up. So 16 for Shawnee, 21 for Kaylee, 21 for Ellie Esplin tonight, 15 for Brooke Pennington. As Perret here works to Pennington, final 12 seconds. Pennington going off the window, won't go. And Kennedy comes down with it. Final seconds, and a foul called here, or excuse me, kick ball in the backcourt. We'll stop it with 4 to go. And that'll do it. 68-48, Lone Peak gets the win over Springville on the road. The number 1 team in the state, remaining undefeated in the state as they defeat the defending 5A state champions. Our player of the game, Shawnee Nordstrom. The burst she had from the start really helped Lone Peak get the lead that they would never surrender. Had 15 unofficially in the first half. And we don't know where she ended tonight, but it was a strong number for Shawnee Nordstrom. But her start helps give Lone Peak the 20-point victory on the road. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. I want to thank you for joining us here for Lone Peak basketball on KSLSports.com. Region play up next for the Knights as they'll take on Pleasant Grove. Springville region play around the corner. They'll take on Timpview next week as Lone Peak gets the win. 68-48, Shawnee Nordstrom, our player of the game. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time for Lone Peak basketball on KSLSports.com.